What purpose does the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Posey, seek recognition?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have an amendment number 31 at the desk.
Clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment offered by Mr. Posey of Florida. At the end of the bill, before the short title, insert the following. Section 416. None of the funds made available by this act may be used by the Department of Transportation to make a loan in an amount that exceeds $600 million under Title V of the Railroad Revitalization and Regulatory Reform Act of 1976, 45 United States Code 821 et sequitur.
Pursuant to House Resolution 287, the gentleman from Florida and a member opposed each will control 5 minutes. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Railroad Rehabilitation and Improvement Financing Program, or RIF program, provides direct loans and loan guarantees to finance the development of railroad infrastructure. Under the program, the Federal Railroad Administration is authorized to provide direct loans and loan guarantees of up to $35 billion to finance development of railroad infrastructure. Since 2002, the Federal Railroad Administration has made 35 loans which demonstrate the importance of this program to our nation's railroad. No doubt about that. However, only 5 of these loans have ever met or exceeded $100 million. 2 of those were to Amtrak. In fact, prior to this year, the largest RIF loan ever made was to Amtrak in 2011 for $562 million. My amendment ensures funds are spent responsibly on viable railroad projects and taxpayer risk is minimized by limiting loan amounts to $600 million. I urge my colleagues to support my fiscally responsible amendment and reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. What purpose does the gentleman from Florida,
Mr. Chairman,
seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, to claim time in opposition.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This amendment prohibits the Department of Transportation from making a railroad rehabilitation and improvement financing loan that exceeds $600 million, as the chairman said. Now, I know that $600 million, frankly, is a lot of money, and it sounds like a lot of money because it is. But when we're dealing with financing of railroad projects, it's just really not. This low loan ceiling is way too restrictive, and it would eliminate valuable projects, by the way, including some safety projects, from being even considered for a loan. And it has really far-reaching effects and could impact, frankly, every railroad entity in America. For example, there are railroads that are using this RIF loan for positive train control. So again, it is unduly restrictive. I think it could have some far-reaching negative effects. So I would respectfully ask for a no vote. I cannot support this amendment. I would like, Mr. Chairman, to yield my time now to the gentleman from North Carolina.
The gentleman from North Carolina is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I thank the subcommittee chairman for yielding and simply want to underscore his opposition to this amendment. It would block Amtrak's loan request for $2.5 billion for new Acela high-speed train sets. This loan would make it possible to upgrade Amtrak's best and most profitable service, but one that's severely stressed. We need to remind ourselves, the cars in which people died in Philadelphia were 40 years old. We desperately need the kind of investment that this loan would make possible. And as the chairman has stressed, this may turn out to be the way that we can fund positive train control. It may be the only way, given other limitations in the bill, other limitations in Amtrak funding. It would prevent loans that exceed $600 million for other purposes, including safety purposes. Very, very ill-advised amendment. I urge colleagues to reject it, and I yield back.
Gentleman from Florida, Mr. Diaz-Balart.
Mr. Chairman, I would yield that back, the remaining part of my time.
Yields back. Gentleman from Florida, Mr. Posey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, it's been said that this could be restrictive. Well, I just want to point out that never, ever before this year, in the history of this program, have they ever loaned $600 million under this program. And so I don't think it's unduly restrictive. I mentioned discussing some other amendments. I'm staring down the barrel of taxpayers being on the hook for $1.7 billion on one program that clearly is not going to be able to repay the loan, so it's going to fall on the shoulders of the taxpayer. I think it's just common sense that we take this measure on behalf of our honest, hardworking taxpayers at home. They work hard, play by the rules. I think we should respect that. You know, there's some people that just consider the federal government just to be a big piñata, and everybody's going to take their whack at it and get all the goodies and the candy and the money that falls out of it. But, you know, this money's got to be paid back someday. We're not going to do it. We're not going to be around here to do it. It's going to be paid back by our children. And I think we need to act responsibly and think about their future. And I urge my colleagues to please support this common sense amendment for better accountability in our government. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield back.
The gentleman from Florida yields back. The question is on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Florida. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. No. Opinion of the chair, the noes have it. The amendment is not agreed to.
Mr. Chairman.
What purpose does the gentleman from Florida seek recognition?
Ask for a recorded vote.
Pursuant to Clause 6, Rule 18, further proceedings on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Florida will be postponed.